Well, good morning. I'm out here at the summer ranch place out in the forest. It's a gorgeous day up here again. It's August and it's September now. I forgot we're into September. I think it's September 3rd or something like that. It's a beautiful day. Actually, it's Labor Day. And there's something special I want to film for you today while I'm out here. It has to do with wasp. We had so many wasps this year, and unfortunately, these little insects have built a beautiful artistic nest right next to our entrance door on one side of where we stay. And it's big, and the wasps keep going in and out and in and out. Well, as much as I like to watch them because they're God's creation too, and I've learned a lot about how they do things. They have the wasps that guard the entrance, and then they have those that go out and get the food and come back with their food. And even though I like God's creatures, all of them, they have a purpose. I got stung when I was up close to their nest, and it hurt, but it didn't hurt very long. And after all, I have to think, that is the wasp's way they protect themselves, and that's their defense. And we all need a type of defense. So it's very interesting. But what interests me the most is their artistic nest that they build. It's quite fragile. I'm going to try to preserve it. Now, I may try hairspray to keep it intact while I take it off of the wall, or I may spray it with shellac if I can find some up here, or a clear varnish of some kind. But they can't stay. They are not allowed to live right next to our entrance door and sting us and our guests and the people that are up here. So I've had to get rid of them, and I'm going to show you what we did and how we did that, because it's kind of different. And then I'm going to show you something else. If you'll remember, one of my last videos last fall was about, and last summer was about, putting in the solar. The solar is wonderful because the sun comes in and charges those batteries. It's just wonderful. Now, it is on the automatic. We have a generator too, so that if the solar doesn't work, the generator turns on automatically. And that's nice too. But most of all, it's quiet. Those other generators that we had for years, they were so noisy. And I like it still and quiet up here. You know, there's a special verse from the Bible that I like. Be still and know that I am God. When I'm out here, everything is calm and beautiful. I can relax. And I do hear, I feel the voice of the Lord. And I get refreshed and renewed and restored. You know, it's just so refreshing to be up here. But I know that the weather is going to change pretty soon. And then it will be cooler. The nights are already getting a little bit cooler. The days are shorter. But while we still can, I want to be up here. Okay, let's go. Hey, Sam.
I saved them because they were in the throw pile.
Okay, we have someone here, a contractor who is putting on siding onto this trailer. You remember last year when I filmed things, it was all about putting in the solar and the batteries. And well, now to improve things, we are putting on siding here. And this shows you the difference. Here was a type of siding that was on it right here. And he has to go around the windows because special pieces go around the windows. This is the new metal siding. So they're working hard today.
Morning, Mom.
Good morning. I'm getting a little film here of the workmen putting on, you guys are the workmen and work ladies that are putting on the siding. Hi, Ash. It's Ash. So you can see I'm up here now where the workmen are. They're all working very hard. We've got the contractor and his son, my son and his wife, and they're all putting up and working hard to get this done today because we are way up here and it's not very accessible. The closest place is a little town about 40 miles away. So they're trying to get as much done as they can while the weather is still good. Okay, I'm back in town, and if you remember, when I talked to you the last time, we were removing a wasp nest that had stationed itself. The wasp had built it under an overhang of the roof on the porch. They had built this nest, and it got larger and larger over the summer. The wasp usually build their nest under an eave of a roof or in tree branches or any kind of a shelter. It could be under a rock outcropping, a spot that is quiet and concealed, and more or less usually away from people. Inside the nest, of course, we have the queen wasp, and this is where she lays her eggs. As they go into larvae, she protects them, because you see, these nests are not ever used again. By the time the cold weather comes around, the wasps usually die off, and that is all except the queen wasp, which she will find shelter in at a protected place. It might be under a roof or inside a building of some kind or up in trees, wherever she can go to stay warm and survive through the winter. And then, of course, the worker wasps go out and do the work and bring back food basically all the time they're making their nest. How do they build these wonderful constructed pieces of art for their home? They're paper thin and they're made out of wood pulp. For the wasp will find anything that's constructed of wood that they can use, a fence or cardboard or tree limbs, and then they take bites of it in their mouth and they chew it up into a pulp, and they mix that with the water and the saliva, and it forms this kind of a gooey paste stuff. It's very thin, and then they will fly back to the construction site and expel it through their mandibles and their mouth, layer by layer by layer, to build the nest, which is usually sort of in the form of a cone perhaps, or a ball. They're in a little bit different shapes, but pretty much the same as you see them. This is where the wasp nest was, near the ceiling of this building, and that's what it looked like. Even what's left of it after we took the wasp off looks rather artistic, doesn't it? You can see how they worked around with circles to make their nest. So I wanted to show that to you before I clean that and scrub it off of the building. But I think wasp nests are constructed beautifully. I think there's an artistry about them. And so I wanted to bring it home. We used a scraper, like a paint scraper, to gently remove it from the side of the house, and then to put it in a little box, and then we brought it back. What we're going to do is that I have in mind to try something to preserve it and make it kind of artistic. We're going to look at it, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it and show you the different parts inside the nest, because the inside of the nest was facing the wall, and when you take it off you can easily see in the inside. And then after we do that, I'm going to try to spray it with a clear coat of varnish, let that dry, and then from there see what I can do with it. Okay, now I think you can see it. There's some dead wasp inside of that, but see the layers and layers and layers of that, and see the beautiful construction on the outside of it. And there was their entrance hole right there, and unfortunately There are some of the eggs that you can see down in there. I think you can see those. But as far as the little cells go, the little hexagonal cells are mostly all gone right now. So it's difficult to see those. See the beautiful shape of it. I think it's beautiful, and it hung like this off of the door so that they would fly in this way. So now we're going to spray it and see what happens when we do that. I've got this can of spray paint, and we're going to, this is just clear varnish. Well, I've got it all sprayed once. I'll probably have to spray it a couple more times. And I'll show you, I've got it turned over right now. And let's take a look at that. So you can see down here, see there's where the hexagonal cells would have been through there. These are just the outside layers, but they're not there now. As I get closer, you can see there's some little wasps down in there. See, there they are, the little wasp over here. They're dead, but you can see them. So that is the underneath side. Then we'll have to flip it over again. I'll do it a couple more times. Okay, we're ready for the final touches on this wasp decoration nest that we're making. And I decided to use the motif of fall and Halloween, kind of a mixture of the two, and do something with the wasp nest. Now we're ready to embellish it, and it's going to be a little object of interest and art for the fall Halloween season. I have brought it inside to decorate it and work on it because it's a little bit windy outside, and the wind could damage the fragile paper covering that the wasp have made for their nest. Okay, we'll just start decorating now, and I'm going to put some things on it and see how it turns out. Now, some of these are felt stickers, and I have to peel off the back of the felt stickers. And this one is an upside down bat. And then I'm going to just start putting them onto this. They stick right on easily. They won't damage the fragile nest. This one is a little black cat. Put him there. And this one is an owl. Okay, we've now put on our decorations, and we've put it all around the wasp nest, and now we're going to put on the final touch. It's going to wear a mask. So we're going to walk all around our creation here, and here's the front of it, and it's decorated with a mask and felt stickers. It was just a fun little thing to do. I hope you like it, and maybe it'll inspire you to do something creative with a wasp nest that you may find somewhere like I did. They're beautiful. Lots of people have hung them from the ceiling, all natural. Just leave them like they are. You don't have to spray them with varnish. I just happen to do that. We're going to set it on a table near the door where the trick-or-treaters come. Well, thanks for watching this. I hope it has inspired you to use the natural things that God has created in nature. I oftentimes even just cut down a few branches off of a tree and put them in a container. They can be a beautiful decoration. I even like to use the rocks that I find that I think are pretty. And it makes me feel closer to nature even when the snow's on the ground. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my videos. I would appreciate that. And so until next time, bye for now.